Hi there, happy Friday to all my fellow flyers. I say fellow flyers because we're all learning to first love ourselves, and that's probably the hardest thing that we can learn. But I've been taking care of my father who has COVID the last couple of days, so I had some family in from out of town, so I'm sorry I haven't put up any videos. Um, I just wanted to touch base and talk about something that really helped me in my childhood that my grandmother taught me. Um, she taught me that there's four basic things that we have to keep track of if we want to stay in a spiritual alignment. The first one is faith. We need to practice faith. We need to have faith. The second one is humility. We need to be humble in what we do and know that we are great because we are, likened in the image of God, and we are not egotistical but humble about that. And the third one was sincerity. We have to be sincere in everything we do. And the fourth one was effort. How much effort are you willing to put into evolving yourself, to learning to fly, to doing shadow work, to all of the challenging things that can come with growing your soul. And if you're willing to put in the work, then you're going to get the reward, and it is going to be worth it. And it is worth it. I can tell you that for sure. The other thing that I have done since I was a child that really, really has helped me along my path is free writing. I don't know if you know what free writing is, but I get a pen and a notebook. Lots of times I'll go outside, weather permitting, and I'll sit on the grass and lean up against a tree because that's very good for grounding. And um, I just start writing. Sometimes I'll start writing about me, who I feel I am, or aspects of me. Sometimes I'll start writing about goals that I have or things that I want to do. Sometimes I'll start writing about a question that I have, like maybe for the universe, or, things that I ponder on and I'd like to, know more about. And I just start writing. And what ends up happening is I almost like go into a meditation state where I am writing just what is coming to me, the words coming into my head or my heart, what I'm feeling, what anything that comes to me, and sometimes it'll even be as deep as that. I'll go into like a trance, deep meditation, and I'll go back, and when I read what I wrote, it's a surprise to me. It's like a revelation to me, and it's myself, my higher self, telling myself things that I don't consciously remember, answers that maybe I've asked the universe for. Um, it can be really quite revealing. At the very least, you can compartmentalize your thoughts, and by doing this, you can kind of put them in order. You can kind of get a different perspective on them, and it just helps you get a good idea of maybe where you're coming from or where to go with the questions that you're asking. If you're writing about yourself, it can be very revealing as to who you are, because your higher self knows who you are, and that is why we have to go within for the answers. Another thing is just writing it down on paper releases it and helps you get things out so that they're not, inside of you, feeding it and making your brain overwork and overthinking things. And um, it's really good for release, for frustration, for anger, uh, just expression to get it off your chest. And it's also good journaling, and you can keep a record of what your thoughts were, go back and reflect on them later, or read on it later. is lots of times a very good thing to do too. So there's lots and lots, and there's more reasons too. It's very revealing. You can really reveal some things about yourself to yourself by doing free writing. I also write a lot of poetry, which has been very key to my ascension and to my healing and to my expression of different times in my life when things have affected me or traumatized me um, or I'm healing from things or I'm going through a grieving process, something like that. It's always been a big help for me as well. And so I suggest that anytime that you have something just like, repeatedly running through your mind and or questions to the universe or frustrations or anger or anything like that, pick up that pen and see what it does for you and you'll get some answers. I promise you, you'll get some answers that you're looking for, and you'll find it very freeing and just very empowering and uh, it's just a really neat experience, and that's something I've done all my life. I have half filled out notebooks all over my room or on my bookshelves, and one of these days I'm going to get them all together and read it. And I have been reading some of them lately, and it's just really interesting. The ones I've been reading lately have had to do with the time when I was going through my divorce, so I I saw this, where I was repeating things over and over and over, and I was like, what was wrong with me? But I think I just needed that to get it out, just to, it makes me think of, gosh, if I wrote it this many times on paper, how many times did I talk about it to my friends and or my family, and why weren't they sick of me and didn't tell me to shut up? But, um, but I'm past that now, so apparently the writing did do something for it. Anyway, I just wanted to share these things with you and let you know that if you have little things like this that you can concentrate on or ways that you can release, it can really it can really help your day. It can really help you unload a lot of things that and reveal a lot of things to yourself. And so give it a try and see what you think. And I love you all, and you have a good rest of your night. Namaste.